Thank you, Jake on keys. Thank you. Probably reorganize. The snow is coming down really hard here in Indiana. It is. Oof. I went out jogging a bit ago because I always take the opportunity to run in the snow. I always enjoy running in the snow. I took the dogs with me, and when I got back from running, the snow had plastered itself to my face, in my beard and hair. I looked like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. Froze together. Of course, the dogs also grew a beard of snow too, so they're also covered in snow. I just brewed me a nice cup of coffee. Sorry, dog, you can't come in right now. One thing that I recently there was a video I watched a long time ago that was the YouTuber's name was Kiwami Japan, and they made knives. They're like they're chemists. Like, this person has to be a chemist. So what they do is they just take random things and they turn them into a knife. So there was one like sharpest smoke knife in the world. I don't know if anyone's ever. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but let me turn. But watch this shit. So this person is undoubtedly a chemist, someone who knows exactly how to work with. My theory is this person is a biological chemist specializing in organic chemistry, because my blender crash counter is on. Yeah, he made his own vacuum chamber with saran wrap in a vacuum tube, and he mixed ash with rawhide, made a glue, and made his own knife. And yeah, he also has a fixation with cucumbers. The thing that interested me though is that he made a video about he made a video where he made a knife out of chocolate. Matter of fact, he has a lot of videos about making knives with chocolate. He made a guillotine with one. But I was interested in the idea of we use coffee beans to make coffee, and we drink that, but we don't really use cocoa or cocoa beans to make like a drink of some other variety aside from like caffeine, aside from like hot chocolate or whatever. We always use it for sugary stuff. Turns out there's actually a company that sells ground cocoa beans as a drink. So I recently bought some to see how that'll turn out. I'll come back to that in a bit as to whether or not it's any good or not. Let's see here. Anyone got any musical recommendations for what we can listen to for today? I'm not entirely sure. Could just play more cave story music. If everyone's fine with that. Speak now or forever hold your piss. We'll go with the original soundtrack. Right. So we'll just get straight to it. Let me make full screen. Alt enter. There we go. Right. So if we go to the console count. So here we have our bird. This is not the same bird that I made last time during the stream. I made a kind of a albatross kind of thing. Turns out that isn't exactly what they wanted. They wanted something a little bit more cartoony. So after doing concept art, they came to me with this, and I modeled it for them. And now I have it rigged. So we have the rig right here. And really, all we gotta do now is go about animating it. So we're gonna be going about figuring that out. And we'll be doing that for this stream. All right, I'm gonna turn off axes because that's rather bothersome. What kind of wire? There we go. That'll make this a lot less tedious to work with. You know what? I'm gonna make some custom shapes for myself just so I can visualize some of the stuff that we're working with. So I'm gonna make a root symbol. Circle here. I probably shouldn't make it that high detail. This is only for shapes. Let's add a circle. Let's set it to 12. This is basically just going to be a sort of circle with arrows pointing in either direction to indicate that this is the bone that directs the translation of it across the three X, Y, and Z vectors to determine where it's going to be moved. We have another bone that this bone right here. This one translates the bird in position. This one down here moves it left and right. Of course, you can move it with this one, but the fact is that's not what it's meant for. So we're going to go back to this. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go into edit mode. I'm going to throw in a mirror modifier, and we're going to flip it along with X and Y. Take this. Come on. That. Move it. There you go. But we could just delete this edge. Rotate it. Wait, no, scale. Be -1. Go. Then we'll just attach it right there. Merge everything by distance. I better clear that vertex. That isn't needed. All right, then we'll just apply it. Make sure everything's merged. There we go. All right, so now we have this here. Yeah, we have the legs as well. So this bone, I'm going to want viewport display. We're going to use a custom shape. Let me get the eyedropper here. Go up the circle. And just like that. Come on. Oh, I'm in pose mode. That's why I can't select it. Make it bigger. There we go. So I'm also going to rename it. This will be the... I'm going to name it... I'm going to have to give it a prefix. Based on Rigify, they normally use a widget, or WGT. So this will be widget root. And we'll move this into its own collection. Widgets, and we'll just deactivate that, so we won't see that thing again. Another thing that I want to do is I want to make I want these I want when I look at a bone, I want it to communicate to me what exactly it is it does. I want it to have color, so I want to put it in a part of a group, bone group, that will tell me exactly what color it is. I don't know if it's Rigify or if I can find it elsewhere. Tool, item, view. Yeah, somewhere I can find it. Bone groups, here it is. All right, so we'll add a bone group. This will be root. And this one will be, let's make it purple. We'll assign it to that. So by default, we know exactly what it is because we can look at it and it tells us this is a root bone. We'll be doing this with this one as well. Why not? I wonder if I can I assign empties to that? Let me make it empty, because I want a sort of circular spinny thing to signify that this bone right here is the one that's controlling the rotation of the body. We'll do that. Where is, okay, I'm in pose mode. Get out of that. Empty sphere. There you go. All right, so we have this selected. We're gonna go into the bone. We're gonna select the custom object, and we'll select the empty. That works. And let's take the empty, and we'll call this a WGT. I guess bird rotator. I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to communicate. There we go. Move this. Oh. Center it. Move it to widgets, and then it's gone. Then we'll add, for these bones right here, I think I want these to be circular bones, so that way they're kind of, we'll see how it works. Let's add another circle. Need to rotate it like that. We'll just see how it works right off the bat. Okay, so custom shape, we'll just throw the circle right in it. Okay. So I was afraid it would do. Now we're going to take the circle, mode, rotate it 90 degrees. Basically just that. Okay, so from 1 to 1 meter, so this is 0, 0. If we move this to the Y1, the tail of the bone's right here, and the head of the bone is at 1. Okay, that's interesting. Let's do that. GY1. Smaller. Scale 0. There we go. Crude Y1. So this should show where the bone is. Select that. This bone, you can see that. And this is I want this to be an F. This is FK. We're gonna make a new one. FK. So this is, I'm not entirely sure what F. I know IK stands for inverse kinematic. FK. The inverse kinematic is IK. So I'm not entirely functional or forward kinematic. That's what FK. Forward kinematic. I did not come up with the names for these things, so that's that. And then we'll select the color for it. We'll make it green. Do I want it to be that lime green? It's easier to see lime. There you go. Select all the bones that are going to be like that. Also going to use the same custom bone shape. Go. I think for the bird, I'm going to do something a little bit different for the bird's beak. Move that to the center. Rename it. What do I name it? WGT. Base bone. Yeah, sure. There you go. Move it to widgets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. We're going to move it up. Separate it. Separate the selection. Set origin 3D cursor. Now we're going to have to figure out how to get this working. Of how normalized it will look. Custom shape will like that. Yeah, that's what I figured. Knew it wasn't going to look right. Okay. Pretty cursor there. Getting there. We're going to separate this. We have all of our scale set. First order of business. Oop. So this right here would be the tail of the bone. And over here somewhere at -1, Y is going to be the head of the tail. Let's flip this real quick. -1. There. Let's world origin right there. And where is 1-1? I got an idea. We'll just pop this off. And this vertex right here needs to go to... Oh, okay. I thought this was negative. No. Negative Y is that way. My bad. So if we going right there. Theoretically, the bone for the mouth should be... Yeah, there's the bone. There's some weighting issues with the beak. So I think this is being influenced by the head a bit much. So we'll probably have to fix that a little bit, but other than that, yeah. I do that right now, why not? Okay, so this part of the head, this is part of the beak. We're going to remove it from the head, and this should fix it. Unless it's being influenced by the lower beak. Oh, I guess I wouldn't be able to see it because I'm in... Can't tell. Close this. There we go. Now I can see the armature's influence while they work. Toggle these little two buttons right here. Let's look through weight paint. Maybe this will tell me. Not being influenced by the head. Not influenced by the spine. That's the upper beak. Beak, wing, wing. Huh. Just not influenced all that much. Bizarre. We have one instance of the armature. Not sure what's the deal. I don't know. One of those things where I'm not sure if it's that big a deal. Okay, so that's gonna need. So the head is being moved by the lower jaw. We're gonna fix it. Weight paint. Let's go to lower jaw. Okay, so weight 100. We know. We want this weight to be 0. We want 0 influence. These things. There we go. None of your business. And obviously really, you know what? If you think about it, by moving, you don't have an upper jaw. There's no real point in me kind of influencing this so much. Like at most, I might move it up maybe a little bit more like that. So I don't really know if influencing the top beak is really anything important. I'm not bothered. But I will work on the next portion. So this, duplicate this, separate it out, hide this real quick. And we're just going to do the exact same thing here. Scale y minus 1. Go. Set cursor to world origin. 3D cursor, and then we're just gonna scale out. There. Alright, now this bone, we'll use that. Alright, custom object. Like that. I might have selected the wrong thing. Perhaps not. Oop. I think they have about the same. They have a very similar shapes. Why can I not reset the rotation? Pose mode. Rotation mode. I load a. Okay. The ads one. Hi. Sanitize post. Make post. Closes the beak. But more about what it wants. Okay. I accidentally closed the bar in here. Boy, how am I gonna get that back? Oh no, I've split everything. Help. Wait, I think I see a way to get it back. A little drop bar right there. That? There it is, okay. I got it, don't worry. Tailbone to length. Custom bone shape. Bones that define display. Wait, what? Hey. Override transform. Huh? Oh. Alright, I'm fucking around too much. Okay. The first order of business is we have a set of animations that we need. We have to make a bird flying animation, a gliding animation, flapping in place, kind of like a planning what it's about to do kind of animation, and then dive bombing animation. This is a enemy type. So basically, it's going to fly in screen, hover in place for a second, flying in place, not hovering in place, and then dive bomb. Feeling? Now, to me, we need one good flap animation, because this would be it flying. So birds interchange between flying, flapping their wings to gain altitude, and then gliding. At least a lot of them do. I am by no means a bird watcher, but you know, I'm generalizing, not to mention this is a cartoony bird. So why don't we take a look? Birds flying. Because it's not just up and down that birds flap their wings. They flap their wings in a way, from what I've seen, kind of swimming like. They kind of go forward and scoop their wings down to sort of push them, kind of pull themselves through the air. Birds flying in slow motion. Yeah, sure. Well, we'll watch this for a second. This is not appropriate music. I don't know if... Is this it? Okay. This is not really a reference. This might be better to look. I think I'm gonna have to turn the music off. I might get struck for that. This isn't particularly helpful. I would like a side view. Watching them fly away is exactly the... Turn the music back on. So this is them slowing down, it looks like, because they're flapping in the opposite direction, because they're trying to land. So they were using their wings to... Yeah, they're trying to build up resistance to kind of flap against the ground to take off. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking. They're kind of angling it forward, a little bit circular. I just wanted to make sure I'm watching right. I think we'll have two main positions. It'd be up and down. You know, how fast are they going to be flapping their wings? I'm not entirely sure, but we can get the spacing, the timing down by position. Deciding what exactly the best up position is a different question. So, wings kind of like this. There's the cursor like that, where it's up and bent back slightly. Let's turn on recording because I want to get this done, and I want it to save my positions. Bring the uplink. And then I have it on local, so bit like that. And then bend it down slightly. And then we're going to do the legs as well. Since you're animating right now, I do have issues with my animation setup. Sometimes when I key certain poses, the interpolation mode for keys is set to constant by default. I'm not sure if that's a setting somewhere or not. Interesting. I've never experienced that. I've never... Oh. Place technical aware key. Channels with cyclic and extrapolation, keyframe insertion, automatically remap inside the cycle. Sync, audio scrubbing. There's a lot of things in Blender that I don't really explore, kind of discover by accident. Play an animation. Not entirely sure where that would be. But that being said, I probably... Yeah, there is an interpolation menu. If you hit T while you are animating, you can bring up the interpolations to determine where everything is. Alright, so one thing that we need to do is determine how these birds fly. And I think... Okay, so these birds they're running, so they're trying to run across the water. Here, what else do we got? So these birds right here, which seem kind of close to what I'm doing, I think they're flying with their legs out like that. And I think that's about what I'm going to be going for. So we'll just take the legs here. Let's set this to rotate on individual origins, and we'll rotate this on, what, the x-axis? Yeah, the x-axis. kind of want to do a little something with the tail feathers, just to something visual. I don't know. All right. And then we're gonna need the down animation, so we're gonna bring the wings down. Rotate that. The rotate on. I think that's good. X. Eight. Okay, so the Y. Let's. Okay, we're getting our extremes down. Whoops, I forgot to select all of them. All the bones, and then we'll duplicate that over there. Alright, so we're going to set it up. At the moment, we have it 40 and 40. So we're going to be picturing this kind of in slow motion. At the moment, this is how the bird flies. Now, go to 10. As the wings should... Flight changes. Oh, that's an interesting... Yeah, see, that's an option that I never even considered. I always thought, I should probably have a way to be able to mirror this across both of these to make it, apply in a way that's, that's equally visually. But I try to avoid also twinning to make it look a little bit less, a little bit more dynamic, perhaps. But this is something that's definitely helpful. So this option right here to apply things across the x-axis is quite nice. So let's take this. We'll yeah, there you go. So it kind of comes in like that, and oops. This. It's starting to come out nicely, but right there, I don't like it. I'm gonna take these keys. Can I hide them? I've never figured out. I think there's a way to like hide or disable keys, but I've never really figured out how. Probably because I'm lazy. Hope sheet. Yeah. Well, the keyframe for the dope sheet is H, because for 3D it's D. Let's see here. Okay, we can sample keyframes. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. Mirror the keyframes. Lots of editing tools. I just don't see like a hiding out. So okay, we're just gonna take that and we're just gonna move it off from there. And basically it's swooping the air. It's coming up over, and then it's going to push. So this animation here is going to be it pushing air. So we're going to rotate that more on the Y. Okay, I guess that's not going to... Now let's move this back and see if it's all good. I only moved it for one of the bones. I gotta make it all inclusive. B1. There's a sort of roboticness to it. Just, yeah, the way that's going. Go to the animation editor here. Let's bring up the graph editor. I'm sensing that the movement here is part of the problem. Normalized. Why don't we... There we go. Bring this out. Goblet. Yep. Okay. That seems to work, right? I think I'm going to do the same. Would like to do the same with this one. We're going to copy this. If I can go over here. Paste that there. Then we'll delete these keyframes. There we go. And these are on different axes. So these are flipped. So I can't really copy them. It'll just be awkward. I think I could do this all with one thing. Go. Okay. Which part controls... Okay, the X. Ah, okay. That should be more like... Yeah, this should be more like that. So it's... should stay down longer. Copy that, we'll delete that. Go, and we'll delete that one. Scale Y. Bring them right in the middle, make them meet somewhere right in there. Scale Y to 0. Delete that. good. Why don't we? Let's do some more fancies. Seems weird for only the wings to be moving, because it's moving the whole body to fly, using more than just your arm muscle, wing muscles, whatever. So, wings are up. Why don't we bring this up a little? Then for the down, bring that down a little. And then really we'll just, there we go. Fill that out. Let's set this to individual origins. There we go. Hard in, hard out. Whoosh. Alright, so the tails. These have their own thing going on there. Go here. Oop. I didn't mean to put that mode. Probably I should be doing this on the action sheet, not the dope sheet. This is an action. We're saving these set of keys as an action that we can call later. If you're doing a game or an animation or whatever, you can always pull this. This will be bird flap. So the flying animation is going to consist of intervals of flaps and glides. Kind of curious what exactly a glide would. Well, I suppose a glide. You're going through turbulence and wind gusts, so the bird would probably be leaning from side to side. Perhaps. All right. So down a little bit. And then there you go. And birds like to keep their heads in place when they move because, well, that's just kind of, if you've ever noticed a chicken when they walk around, they tend to keep their head in place. So we'll just duplicate there. 20. So it would keep its head up here. Let's try. Let's move it just like that. Oh, I just realized something. Okay. So the reason why I realized that the bones were not working right is because they're still parented to the rig itself. So if I remove them from the armature, they actually snap in place the way that they should, because now they actually are closed in place. Goodness. All right, let's apply these. We're gonna get these out of the way. Good thing I didn't clean them up, otherwise I would have never have considered that. I did a fucky wucky. Alt P, clear parent. So yeah, they're still parented to the bird. So if we start clearing these parents, should start fixing it up pretty good. So this is widget. Upper beak. And then we'll do the same thing here. Widget. Lower beak. There we go. So we select these two. We're going to move them by hitting M. Move them to the widgets. I just contemplated. I never remember to turn on screencast keys. I never contemplate thinking that, oh yeah, that's important. I need to have those on by default. This is my bad. Okay. All right, so now I think we have the animation of the bird actually moving pretty good. Now we just got to get the timing. I think what we're doing right now is a bit too slow. And I think it scales on my cursor, so why don't we go scale 1.5, so we'll reduce the speed by 50%. See how this works. Or is it there? We go. Okay. Don't seem right. Scale. Get it back. Whoa. Good God. Killed everything. Scale 1.5. If the game dev group is in the actual chat itself, I would appreciate some input on whether or not the timing is good, because I am animating it. I just don't know entirely whether or not this is exactly what you would need. Set this to... Why don't we scale this to 24 frames? That way, one flap is 1 second. Maybe go even more. Ooh. 16 frames? Let's put it to 24. I might want to change the down position to make it more... There we go. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, look at that. Looks pretty damn good. How does it look at 16? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. They can set it to whatever speed they need it to. So yeah, there's the first animation we got done, the bird flap. Right. Why don't we? We're going to use a little something. We're going to use the pose library. I don't know why I never use the pose library. I know it exists, and I should use it more often, especially considering that I often, what I would do is I'd have the animation, right? So we have an idle animation. What I'd always end up doing is I would go from that animation, copy all of the keyframes for that, and then try to paste it into another animation. Given that, admittedly, it works, but it's not how you should do it. What you would do is you would copy you would take the pose you have currently, and then you would just hit new, just based on the current position, and it would save based on well, add the current pose. I would assume it would just be based on whatever's, based on the posing of what it's currently at. So I would assume I would do it at current key or current frame to get everything, but whatever. We'll do a new. This will be glide. I think this position is a good gliding position. Yeah, so we kind of copied the all of the animations from the flying animation. We'll remove everything. And with the current position, I'm going to add a new based off the current frame. Okay. Replace the current one. I don't know if I want that. Add new. There we go. Okay. I don't know about that one, Chief. I guess it probably doesn't fucking matter. All right. This is the gliding position. So let's say we just completely destroy our current bird. For whatever reason we decide to do that. If we go over here and hit apply pose, this would get it right back to right as rain as it was before. Undo that and uncontort my bird. Right. So. What is 24 divided by 3? I think I'm going to have it kind of go in between, kind of oscillate between two extreme angles. These are the middle positions. It's an interesting and unintended consequence I didn't expect. Admittedly, not a bad one. I'm quite fascinated by those. Let's just take that. We'll scale it down a little bit, make it a little bit less extreme. Ooh, whoops, not that. Let's individual origin. Bring that down a bit more. Because now that we have a little bit more we actually have a bit of motion in our wings now, so it's less of an actual.
That's a very weird glide animation.
All right. As you. Well, I guess that is correct. You did say it, but. Okay. 4, 8, 16, 24. Okay. That's the. I got my number, so. Let's move you a little bit to. Oop, not that way. Okay, you just touch that way. Yeah. Take this, we'll just duplicate that. Let's see if I can do some math to flip it. What if I flip that? Yeah. Spin! That's not gonna work. Okay. We'll set that to negative. This is better. good. You should add some head movements too. Hopefully my message gets out before you do it, so I don't look like an idiot. I'm not entirely sure what kind of head movements I would need. I don't know. Because any kind of head movements that I would do outside of this and add it on top of the bird gliding, because this is a general purpose animation. Ooh. I didn't expect the final boss music to show up in the earlier in the actual soundtrack. I'd play Cave Story again. We could make this a little bit more subtle. Finding cursor. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think that's great. We have our gliding animation. Very subtle. Very nice. Like I said, the head does want to stay in position. Why don't we rotate the head to stay oriented? That might have been what you're getting at. Head rotation there. There. Copy it across there. Maybe parent the head bone to the empty later whenever. I don't think we exactly need that. No, I'll have to talk to the fellow though. That's pretty good. So we have the bird glide. I feel this is good. Let's save the bird. Yeah. New one. And this one will be a flapping in place animation. It comes down and it begins to flap in place as it plans to dive bomb the player. That being said, it probably would need an animation where it's actually stopping to begin actually doing that. So I'm probably gonna need to go use. I'm probably gonna have to go take a break. I will be right back. I'm gonna find some music that is right. Oh, not better, but right there. I will be right back. All right, I'm muted. All right. So. Next matter of business is what I would need is an animation of the bird when it flies in, and then it stops, so that way it would be able to flap in place, or do whatever that would be. Hover, hummingbirds, and that's what. Oof, excuse me. That's what they do. Take all these. Actually, it might be better. Nuts. I have an empty action now. I'm gonna do this. So we're gonna go into my blend file. This is glide 001. Holy. Bird flap. Here. What game engine is this going to be for? This will be for Unity. The person who is working on this with me, well, they're in the Discord chat as well. I don't touch code. I have not touched the code. Probably won't ever touch the code for this game. But that being said, at some point or another, I probably should learn a bit of something or other. It'd probably be best for my professional stuff. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take this current position. We're gonna need to make a position that's like, hey, we're stopping here. So I think what would be good, we'll take this, we'll bring this up, bring this down further, that down, bring that forward, bring that way. Possible to export this model with its animations when they're sorted as actions like that. I couldn't figure that out. Instead, I had to do all the animations in one timeline, and I sort of imported them into Unity and create sequences using the respective frame ranges. Yes, there is a way to do that. I'll demonstrate this. Matter of fact, well, I have this as it is right now. We'll save it. Here's what you do. So we take the bird, we take the rig that it's a part of, go to File, Export, FBX, and we have all this stuff. Please don't pay attention to all the inputs. So what we're gonna do, I have a preset for this. So this is my default Unity bake. So when you export using Blender, we have a set of stuff that I have toggled that I do to make sure this works. So I have a lot of sometimes just also as a side note, oftentimes for me exporting FBXs in Blender is an exercise in madness, because on many occasions it just is a pain in the fucking ass. Either it doesn't export right, or it just does. It's a pain. It's awful. Oftentimes it's a pain in the ass. But other times it works. Other times it works fine. So this is going to be about baking, and what it's going to do is it's going to take all the actions that we have, all the in the action editor. So the flapping, the flying, the gliding, all those will be baked and whatnot. So we also have some other stuff, information. I'm gonna turn off leaf bones; those are unneeded. Only deformed bones. No. The root isn't a deform. Probably not want to do that. I'm just sort of checking over all my things. A lot of the things I don't really pay attention to or really understand the nuances of what they do. But just to make sure that we're getting all the things that we have selected. So we're doing selected objects. So if we had anything else in the scene like skyboxes or, lighting, anything like that, we're not going to pull the lighting or the lights from the surroundings. That would be silly. So we're pulling empty objects, armatures, and the actual object itself. So we're going to close that. Transform, this probably involves the scale, orientation, location of all the objects. Don't need to bother about that. Geometry. So this would, if we have any modifiers, like the mirror modifier like we have on it, subdivisions, all that. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Armature, this determines what kind of stuff we're exporting and how it's going to be oriented. All that stuff. My dev guy would probably know more about that than anything, but what we're really interested in is the bake animation. We have, for now, I just have all actions. So all the actions that are in the action editor. It should. The keyword is should export these things. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. So sometimes I have to force it to act right by... I believe the engineering term is percussive maintenance, as in you beat the shit out of it until it works. So we would just do, we'll just export it as BLD blend bird FBX. We'll export that. And it's going to take a hot minute to work right, but because it's exporting. So then we'll do a new view frame. Okay, let's head back to this viewport. We'll just turn off everything. We'll make a new collection. This will be the FBX import. And then we'll just import it now. So we imported it. We'll import the FBX. That should be BLD bird, FBX. And here's the bird. So it came in. It has all the stuff. It should have the materials. Should. Whatever. But should have the animations that it came with. And remember when okay. That intrigued me. Did I bugger something? Okay, delete that. These back on. Did I badger up? Oh, I did badger. Well, I'm gonna have to undo a lot of things because I just realized I deleted the flapping animation of my bird, and I've boned myself because I've gone too far. Interesting. Save as bird 1. Let's see if I saved it after I did the animation. Let's revert. Oh, right. I have to open up bird. This one. Oh. Okay. Let's try an autosave. Autosave. Okay. This seems... Ooh, okay. Excellent. We have some buffer room here. We'll save this as bird 3. There we go. I thought I bungled it. I nearly did bungle it. I'm gonna have to probably redo this one. The good news is the autosave is saving me here. Bad news is it very well couldn't have. It very well mightn't have next time. Because me being a moron, not paying attention. I think I got it to where I wanted it. It's a little upsetting that I slightly bungled it, just slightly. So we're gonna take all these animations and scale this down to 4. There we go. Save this as number bird 3, I believe is what it was. We're gonna go back to bird. This one? This is where I was, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll do birds. We'll change this to bird stopping because that's what it's supposed to be, but I ended up overriding the flying animation. So then we'll import this one. We're going to append bird 3 action flap, and now we should have that animation back. Yes, we do. Okay, good. Let's unfuck ourselves by going about and making sure that I don't be a fucking moron again. Whew. That could have been really bad. Good thing I got caught up helping Hobo Noah there. Otherwise, I may not have noticed my fuck up until way too late. That would have been really awkward. This looks cool as fuck. Thank you, Hef. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so we're just doing some basic extreme positions, so that is where it would be like that. Why don't we bring the feet forward a little bit? Will you put this stream on your YouTube? I will, yes. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is... Okay. I forgot the autonomy of the the feet and how they bend. Take a bit of a snack break. I wanna go grab me something to eat or something, because it is close to dinner time and holy shit, it is snowing very hard out. Right. I think I'm a Thank you. I appreciate that. I am going to try and find something to eat before I get back. I will swap over to RB real quick. Back in probably 5 minutes. We'll see how it goes. All right. All right, there we go. My family is currently making stir fry, so I didn't want to bother them too much. So I just have a few spoonfuls of plain yogurt. Basically, it's just cream cheese, but a little bit watery. That's basically all plain yogurt is. Okay, so to stop, we're basically needing to have airflow. Using the wings here. Push this forward more. Rotate it on Y. It. Oop. Push. That's perhaps a bit too extreme. Sure. Head's gonna rotate more like that. Held down. Okay, that. So once we're here, we're gonna need to bring the wings back because we're trying to retain the wings to get to bring them back to, flap again some more. Since we're kind of recovering from the braking effect of this, start down. How's that look? Maybe we will have. We're just trying to get poses right, and then we're going to determine how to in between them. So go there. Might be easier to select everything. That's a constant. Closer there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Once the legs are not like that, I think we're gonna bring them down a bit more. Oh, whoop. I'm getting to a point with being hungry that I'm not really able to think so well. So, trying to think. I think it'd be better. It's resisting, and then right there, that's when that would be rotated. Getting better. Getting better. Part of me wants to take a bit of a break. I think I'll play a round or two of Binding of Isaac. There it is. I wrapped it up. It's over here. That's been my kind of go-to game to focus and whatnot. And that reminds me that I had a run of Binding of Isaac where I was playing The Lost and I made it up to Delirium. I'm gonna do that briefly. But it's so I'll probably cut it out for YouTube purposes. Off. Go back to animate. Have my break. Let's swap it then. Alright, click. 2.9. Animating a bird. I have to set this to art. These, here. There you go, animation. I didn't realize there was a tag for that. 3D modeling, design, digital art, and only 5 at a time. Alright, let's take off 3D modeling because I'm not actually modeling. Okay, I just took. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're done with the break. So for stopping. once it's here, about right there. Then back to this. Let's copy this. There we go. Let's rotate it. There we go. Whoosh, whoosh. I wonder when my mic does and doesn't pick me up, because I sometimes notice it isn't moving. Other times it is. I don't know. I think that takes too long. Okay, so we have a nice cycle here. But it's a bit too slow. Actually, beach and ball. Because once it's nothing. Let's just hide the feet now. I don't need them part of this at all. Good luck for your work. Thank you. Thank you, Zach. I gotta figure out where the wing there. Up, 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 up. That's where it ends. The marker there. Up, up. That is the same frame as basic. Let's just copy that. We'll paste. Whoop. Paste that over there. Not part of this. Yeah, I'm imagining 3 flaps to stop, right? So 1, 2. Just have all of them. Select all of them. Fuck. Come on now. Selecting the summary. Not pasting the ones that I need. Come on now. Copy, paste.
Oh, why do you do this? Why do you do this?
I don't need to do that. I just do that. Duplicate. 1, We have that. This divided by scale by 2.5. Scale to so we do 1, 2, 3. The flap. At that point, I think it should. Oh. That seems very natural. Think that right there. That's where it should be. This should sooner. Let's delete. This point, flapping in place. I hope that my background audio isn't getting picked up. By the way, it's awkward because my family's over there talking about politics. My cats come to me. Okay. Okay. So I think we want it to come back to position like this. Copy something like that. Duplicate it over. Okay. Flap, flap, flap. And then let's turn on Z mirroring. Head is that. Here, let's bring the so it's stopping. All right. So possibly see if we which I have it. That's the way. Damn it. Gimme, thank you. Coming in quickly. Stop, spout. Right there. Then for the Z location, that inner smart. Like that, we'll just make it linear. Aim for yeah. We don't do axis is was... Oh. Something a little bit like that. Flap, flap, flap. Object trim. Get that. Oops. There's the object. These are... That's basically what that would do. So it loops in and it's done. Then we need animation with a big old bird. Thank you, Branson. That then we're just going to that's the idea of what's doing that. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna make a new animation, and this will be bird hovering, because it is hovering in place and it's about to go at you. It did not save as I want. Hovering. There we go. Don't think it overrode it. That's the pose library. Stopping. That's that. Hovering. We're just going to take all of these. We're just going to take that final. Let's just take this final animation here. All of those. Now let's just delete it. That and yeah, my family has been cooking stir fry the past several hours. So again, much like the flapping animation with the flying, there is an up and a down position. So we'll just see. I think a cat one's in my room. One sec. Oh shit, I still have coffee in my mug. Here. Asshole, you about knocked coffee out of my hand, you shit biscuit. Absolute fur goblin. So there's a up position and a down position. Figure that out. Down position. So I want to 3D model something, but don't know what to 3D model. What are you interested in at the moment? What are you thinking about doing? You want to do something like a harder surface that has more like surface detail, or something more organic? If you have maybe your mom has a maybe you can ask my sister, if she has any stuffed animals you can model for her or something. Oh yeah, I remember. So one of the things that I'm wanting to do is, this is a animal that's going to hover in place to it's about to swoop in to do whatever it's about to do. Model an animal for the first time. Try doing a stuffed animal first. It's a lot more simple, and you don't have to really think about much of the anatomy of it. Whereas a stuffed animal is very squishy and often round. You can do some very basic modeling. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to do how a hummingbird flies. So we need to know how its wings move to be able to actually ultra slow motion. And I'm not going to play any of the audio of it. It's going to give me a bunch of news stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Ah, okay. That's it. So it's basically blowing back and forth because it's pushing air down to keep itself upward. I get it. So it should be that. Y-axis. Oh shit! I didn't have the recording. So forward like that. So we gotta get this sort of motion down, where it flips it back and forth. Basically. Let's rotate that in the Y. This one. I don't know what you said because my internet decided to. What I said was you should do stuffed animals because you don't have to worry about the musculature of an animal. You're more focusing on the volume of it. It's a lot less important and a lot less detailed. It's very basic kind of stuff. Okay. So now we're trying to get that sort of returning action where we're So it kind of goes. That's what. This is going down, up. Let me play that back and forth to see if it. Yeah, your sister might have. Sister will definitely have those. Maybe if I bring it down, so it's pushing down. Oh dear, my cats are probably about to start fighting. Let's go to stopping. These. This end frame has to be the same as this starting. No. That can go up a little. Basically, on the downward stroke, we have it kind of go upwards a bit. Just trying to keep its head in position. Down a little bit. Huh. And because it's up, legs again. While we play with the tail feather. Not really getting the sort of motion I'm wanting on that. That's nice. Do what you curl backs. I'd have to ask my mates whether or not I really need to learn how to make an animal in PlayStation 1 style. It's just low poly modeling, is all it is. Yeah, I think I want to make these a bit more extreme. Select the legs, mate. No, that's why you gotta practice. You gotta practice your low poly model. Alright, let's bring these back. Have these, but they're very has that robotic motion. Yeah. What if I get rid of axis. Gonna make this look less extreme. Maybe we just take this and rotate it. That's a good way. That's a good way to get better. So Not getting that smoothness. Really sure how fast this needs to be. I think that's decent. I think that bobbing animation I'm not too particularly fond of. But farther. Yeah, that's good. That's it. Be able to stay up and create this model because it was school tomorrow. Huh. Great. But I think I'm gonna be done streaming for now. I need to have a chat with the game dev crew, so I make sure that I'm doing this right. Otherwise, I'm just showing off my exquisite failures. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I'm going to getting off now. So everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Don't get snowed in, I guess, because it's snowing really hard here in the Midwest. I think everywhere. I think it's snowing just about everywhere. So